importance of pH in everyday life. In today's session, we are going to learn about, we have learned about pH now. What is it? Yes, it gives you the measure of how much strong an acid is or how much strong an base is. But this particular pH, what we have learned, is used in our everyday life also. Now, where it is used? So let's see the importance of pH in the daily life. The first thing is we're going to discuss about the acid rain. Now, what do you understand by the acid rain? In the factory, the things burn. The mineral substances burn, and a coal burns. Then you have got some mineral oxide which is burning, some ores are burning, and lot of things which is happening. Petrol is being burnt in the vehicle, right? So all of this produces mainly two important gases, and that gas is sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxides. There are various oxides of nitrogen and the two oxides of sulfur. Now these two oxides go up in the air, get mixed up with the clouds, and this mixing causes something called as the acid rain. Now, the acid rain, if you can see, this acid rain is very, very dangerous to all the animals as well as the plants. Right? Okay. Now, normally the pH of the human body is 7 to 7.8. Right? Okay. That means it is neutral. But when the rainwater becomes the acid rainwater, it lowers the pH to how much? Say something about say 5.6, which is acidic. Now this rainwater, what happens is it flows into the river. It lowers the pH of the river water. That means now the river waters become acidic. Now when this has become acidic, now what happens is it is going to affect the plants in the river. There are a lot of plants which is available in the they are growing in the river. There are many fishes, there are frogs, there are many other animals which are also thriving in the river. All of this living things get affected by this acid rain, right? Their growth is affected, their reproduction is affected, the health is affected. Now it becomes acidic means what happens is the plants they die, small fishes they die, and now because they have already dead, so what happens is the other bigger fishes and other aquatic animals which thrive on the fish and other things, they don't get the food, that also perishes, right? So overall when you see the ecosystem is getting disbalanced if this acid rain flows into the river, right? So the whole ecosystem in the water of the river and then the ecosystem in the say the oceans, that also gets affected all by this acid rain. Now not only that, the aquatic life is affected, but at the same time this water from the rain is also falling on the ground, it is falling on the land. What happens is it falls on the jungle, it falls on the ground, it falls on the field. So all the living things are also affected and the plant's growth is hindered. If the fruits are already formed, the fruit's quality is destroyed and overall there is a loss and only the loss because of this acid rain. Now, the question comes is how this is formed. As I've already told you, the factories, there is emission which is coming out. There may be any kind of the factory or even the vehicles when they run on the roads, they give out sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide ka spelling gadbad hai. It is sulfur dioxide. This is the main culprit, right? Other culprit is the oxides of nitrogen, that is nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, all, right? When they get mixed up in the clouds, they also form the acid rains. Now this acid rain will fall on the ground, the acid rain will fall on the river and cause all the problems which you can see here and everywhere around, right? So this is the importance of the pH in our daily life. The next important use to understand pH is the tooth decay. See, this is a normal problem. Most of the human beings have. Some or the other time they have got the problem of the tooth decay. Why does this happen? You eat food, right? The saliva gets affected. That means before you have your food, the saliva is something like 7 point something, right? So that means it is almost neutral. But when you have the food, and especially sweets, chocolate, etc., the pH of the saliva falls down below 7. It comes to something like 5.6, 5.7. That means quite acidic, right? And this will cause a problem to erode your teeth enamel. How does this happen? Let's see. Tooth decay starts when the pH of the mouth is lower than 5.5, right? Okay. Now, the tooth enamel is actually made up of a crystalline form of calcium phosphate. It is called as calcium hydroxide. So, this is a crystalline form of the calcium phosphate, right? Very, 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 very hard substance, and this coating makes teeth one of the hardest of the substance. But this pH 5.5 जब हो जाता है ना माउथ के अंदर का सलाइवा का, तो इतना हार्ड सब्सटेंस को भी करोड़ कर देगा. ठीक है, तो अब करोड़ होने तो देना नहीं है. सुंदर सुंदर दांत है आपकी, है ना? इसको आपको बचाना है, लाइफ लॉन्ग बचाना है. दूसरा तो सेट ऑफ टीथ थोड़ी मिलेगा. एक बार 5-6 साल में टूट गया, उग गया, बस अब ये लाइफ लॉन्ग इसी को कैरी आउट करना है. आपको ये बैक्टीरिया से बचना है. माउथ के अंदर में बैक्टीरिया होती है, और ये जो बैक्टीरिया जो शुगर के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा, फूड पार्टिकल्स के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा, तब ना एसिड बनाएगा. आपको ये एसिड बनने ही नहीं देना है. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? द एसिड इज टू बी न्यूट्रलाइज्ड बाय यूजिंग सम बेस, राइट? टूथ डिके को नहीं होने देना है. तो आप क्या करोगे? तो आपको टूथपेस्ट को यूज करना है. टूथपेस्ट विच आर जनरली बेसिक for cleaning the teeth, they can be neutralizing the excess acid, और excess acid से वो neutralize हो गया acid. तो इसका मतलब excess acid को neutralize करने के लिए आपने ये टूथपेस्ट को यूज कर लिया. देखो ये टूथपेस्ट है. टूथपेस्ट का जो नेचर होता है वो कैसे होता है? तो बोले बेसिक होता है, और ये बेसिक है और इसलिए एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज कर दिया. एक और तरीका, देसी तरीका बताओ. यस, नीम की लकड़ियां. They use, the villages, they use the neem stick or the babool stick. Now this neem stick, it is very bitter in taste. कड़वा होता है. This bitter taste in the neem sticks and also the babool stick, that is because of the presence of the base, right? So basic nature. So when you chew the stick and make a brush out of it and brush your teeth using this stick, what will happen? The acids in your mouth gets neutralized and your teeth is safe. चमचमाता हुआ प्यारा सा टीथ आपका लाइफ लॉन्ग होगा. ठीक है? So this is the importance of the pH in the tooth decay, right? Okay. So brush your teeth regularly. अब आते हैं, पेट के अंदर जलन होता है. पार्टी में खाना खाया, अगड़म बगड़म खा लिया, तो पेट में होती है जलन. माँ देती है बढ़िया सा सोडे का पानी या फिर मिल्क ऑफ मैग्नीशिया देती है और बोलती है सो जा. ठीक है? और आपके पेट के अंदर में की जो गड़बड़ी थोड़ी सी ठीक हो जाती है मम्मी की दवाई देने के बाद. लेकिन ये होता क्यों है भाई? ये जो है ना, दिस इज द डायग्राम ऑफ योर स्टमक. When you eat the food, when the food reaches here, it has to get digested. Now, the stomach produces an acid which you know as the hydrochloric acid, right? Now, this hydrochloric acid will break down the complex food into the simpler ones to get absorbed and give you energy. Right? So stomach acidity is one of the problems. Actually, we generally have to have the pH around 7.35 to 7.45. But this HCl will make your food inside the stomach, which is acidic in nature. Right? When this has become very acidic, what happens here? It will cause the irritation, as we have all felt it, right? So we want to neutralize it. How to neutralize it? Acidity, indigestion problems, they can be controlled by adding the basic substance, and these substances are called as the antacid. Now, what is an antacid? Antacid is actually the basic substance. Now, what this can be? This can be like, for example, baking soda. Now, tell me, what is the formula of baking soda? It is NaHCO3. Now, this is basically a salt, you will say, but when this is added to water, it becomes a base, that is NaOH, and this is very mild because the dissociation is very low, so it will go and react with the acid out here to give you salt and water. Acid is neutralized, so the burning sensation which you have it in the stomach, that gets neutralized. There is another medicine also which is generally available at home, and your mama gives it to you, and that is magnesium hydroxide, or this is a pink colored liquid. Now I have shown it in the blue color of magnesia medicine bottle, but the liquid inside it is pink in color, basic in nature. So if you have the stomach acidity, there is another cure for it. Basically, it is a base. Acid plus base will give you salt plus water. So this is the remedy for your burning sensation in the stomach. That is the cure for the stomach acidity. Right? So avoid masala food. है ना? Okay. See, pH is also very important in the case of the soil. See, the soil has to be good so that you can get the yields better. खेतों में, garden में, या फिर any other place where you actually grow something. So the soil has to be good, right? So it should be neither very acidic nor very, very basic, right? So go check out the pH of the soil. So it should be near 7. The pH should be very close to 7. That means it should be neither very acidic nor too basic. Then the plants will not grow if it is acidic or basic. See, now this soil has the plant somewhat like this before. Right, this is very like say acidic, and see, if it is an acidic soil, I have to put some base. Base is what? The quicklime. Quicklime has got a chemical formula of calcium oxide, right? This calcium oxide, if it is added to the soil, it will neutralize the acidic characteristics, and after that, if you grow something in this soil, the growth will be better, the yield is better. Then what happens here? यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो गेहूं की बालियां उग रही है, खूब सारा इसमें गेहूं भी लगा हुआ है. So the growth improves, the yield improves. So in order to have a better yield in the field, or maybe better flowers in your garden, you should always test the soil. It should be close to 7. If it is acid, add base. If it is base, then add acid. Treat the soil and then start growing something. Right? This is the reason why you should know about the pH of the soil in your field or in your backyard. Right?